So recently, I had an opportunity to talk to one of the managers in my department. He told me, "Hey Venki, taking Strengths Finders exam will help you find out your strengths." I said, "Why not? Let me take this exam." So today, I'm going to talk about what I learned about myself and what my core strengths are. The aim for any program that we see today is to help us improve what we are not good at, isn't it? So, most of us, we see throughout our life, we wanted to help ourselves to improve all our shortcomings rather than our strengths, right? So the author interestingly points out that almost all the parents sees their children's low grades to kind of improve them in those particular areas of concern because they're getting low grades. But what happens if parents spend a little bit more time on kids where their strengths are and where there is a lot of potential which they already is their strength? So let me talk through a couple of short stories giving you as an example. There is a man named Hector who is the greatest shoemaker. People from far off places came to buy shoes from him and said he is the greatest shoemaker ever in the world. However, he is very dissatisfied because even though he was able to make hundreds of shoes every week, he was only able to sell a very few of them. Remember I said he's the greatest shoemaker? That is his core strength. However, he says he's not a great salesman and cannot get the payments on time as he wish. So when one of his friends asks him, "Why is this? You're the greatest shoemaker in the world." And then he says, "Yes, I might be the greatest shoemaker in the world, but here are the areas where I lack." So he is spending most of his time on his shortcoming, on his areas of weakness. So his friend trying to help him connects him with a guy named Sergio, who is a natural marketer by nature. Then they complemented each of their strengths for the next 1 year, and guess what? After 1 year, they were able to sell 20x times than what he alone would sell. So this might be a very simple story, but if you see, if we keep more attention to our strengths, we have the greatest potential to grow. There is one more story which the author explains. A man who's dead meets St. Peter's at pearly gates. Knowing that St. Peter is a very wise man, he asks, "I have wondered throughout my life and I'm really interested to know who is the greatest general of all time." Then St. Peter says, "That's an easy question. The man right there, he is the greatest general of all time." Then the man immediately says, "Oh, St. Peter's, You must be mistaken. I know this man on earth. I have seen him, and he's just like any other common laborer. Then Saint Peter immediately replies, "Oh, my friend, you're right. He might have been the greatest general of all time if he had been a general." So, you see many people in life going after things which might be their shortcomings. So recently I had the opportunity to take this Strength Finder exam, assessment, to kind of understand what my strengths are and to take action on that. If you haven't taken a kind of exam, it is a great opportunity for all of us to find out our strengths. So there are a few strengths which thought like really are my strengths, like active listener, achiever, positivity, and these are some of my strengths which I found out, and I felt like really happy, and I can take action on these items which can really help me both personally and professionally. So we may or may not achieve everything that we might want, but you definitely are going to make a lot more of what we already are. So I encourage you to find out your strengths and act on it. Thank you so much.